I am reviewing a stamp album that my father had when he was a kid, and then that I added to when I was a kid, and I probably haven't looked at in over 40 years. I will admit I am not a stamp expert, but I thought I'd post a video, and for those of you who are interested in it, let me know what you think, if any of these are super valuable, or if you got some good stories about them. I think these might be tobacco stamps on the front. So you can see my father had this album, and the pages go back to the 1800s. So if I look at this first page here, you can see 1847 general issue, it looks like. We've got another one, looks like 1857. You might have to zoom in on the camera here. Printed by National Bank, 1861, first issue. And hopefully, I mean, it looks like he had these sort of stamp savers on them. So I don't know how much of the really old stuff he had. Let's just keep sort of flipping through. Here we go. This looks like 1869. There's a lot of pages in here. So here, there's a sheet. This is kind of interesting. You can see here, there's a whole sheet of these, and some different ones from 1870, 1 cent, 3 cent. Here's some more. $18.79. There's a lot of, they look like George Washington or kind of just these bust heads on them. I guess that was the way they did stamps back in the day. Here we go. These are a little more complete. 1890, 1887. I don't even know how my father got a lot of these. The Columbian Expedition, 1893. Even these pages are getting kind of a little bit old. I think Scott, the name of the book, was a big sort of stamp collecting company that sold different merchandise and so on. Let me actually zoom in a little bit there so you can take a look at some of these. 1894. I like the different variety of colors. Let's keep it going here. Some of these pages are a little thin. Oh, actually, these look. Trans-Mississippi Exposition issue, 1898. 1901. I remember seeing something about these steamboat and train, it looks like, watermarked 1901. Just amazing to think that this collection goes back, 120, 130 years. Watermarks here, there's a lot. (1904) Jamestown Exposition, Louisiana Purchase. Watermark. Hey, it almost has the whole set here. I really like the different colors here. 4 cent, 1 cent. A lot of these look the same. Oop, didn't mean to hit the post there. So if you have any interesting information on these, definitely throw them in the comments. There's a couple pages here empty. Here we go. 1912. Yeah, see, I mean, a lot of these just look kind of the same to me. That one looks in pretty good shape there. (1914). There's one there. 1916. 17. Yeah, I'm having a hard time keeping these opening up these pages here. Let's flip through and see. Here we go. 1917. Again, I just like the different colors in the sets. 1918. Oh, look, he's got almost a whole page filled out here. That's pretty neat. I could see some different presidents. Some colors. Look, the Lincoln Memorial. Looks like Niagara Falls here and the bison. Abe Lincoln at the top there. Some more looks like presidents. Yeah, his collection was pretty robust. Oh, the coils. Oh, I see. You got kind of two of each that came in the coils from 1923. 1919, you got some ships going on over here. 1925, first plate. That one doesn't even look like it was stamped. I like that one with the ship on it. I mean, I'm sure there's a story behind all of these with just the great American history behind the stamps. That looks like the Statue of Liberty there. Some more presidents. Yeah, I think if these were all thrown outside an album, I wouldn't be able to differentiate all of the kind of these headshots from the years and the styles. I'm sure folks watching this video are well more versed and have a better appreciation of what these are, which is why I'm definitely curious. It's got George Washington there, 1929. Look at that one, Yorktown. That one looks in pretty good shape. These some first plate printings here. 1922. It looks like one fell out. William Penn. Some other names. Oh, look at that. Mothers of America. So this is probably, I think my father was born in the late 40s. So even some of these, maybe these were even his father's, my grandfather's collection, because if he was born in the late 40s, I don't know how he'd have a lot of these cards. So I suspect when we get to the part where he's younger, yeah, like here, look at that. Oh, I love these. National parks, and they don't even look like they've been used. Yosemite and Yellowstone, and there's the Great Geyser. That's a great looking set. Oh, look at that one too. You got the page. I suspect a collector would be very interested in some of these. 1935. Oh, imperforate. Look, yeah, they don't even look like they're perforated. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if those were for collectors, or if that's just the way some of them were without the perforations. All right, we're getting through Connecticut, Michigan Centenary. Yeah, so yeah, he's got a pretty robust collection though. Look at that. 4 different ones together. I like that. 1937, unwatermarked. Those are kind of neat. Navy commemorative, rotary press, Army commemorative. Territorial issues. My cat has territorial issues. Look at these unwatermarked. Oh, I love these. The different colors and looks like 1 to 50 cents there. Not the wrapper, but the dollar amount. Some more unwatermarked ones, various heads and the coils again. 1938. This must have been my grandfather's. There's no way my father was collecting these when he was, single digits old. So maybe this is 3 generations of my family's. Oh, the World's Fair, Golden Gate. Oh yeah, I like that. The same colors through all of them. Issued in honor American poets, American educators, American scientists, composers, artists, inventors. Oh, this guy fell off, but it looks like we've got national defense. Some more rotary press. Oh, win the war, so 41. So yeah, now we're starting to get into the World War time period. Overrun countries. That's crazy. So they had stamps for the countries that I believe were overrun by Germany, and then based on the fact that Korea is here, I'm guessing Japan. That's crazy. The overrun countries. Oh, that one's neat. Towards United Nations. 1945, so that was after, I think that was after the war. Roosevelt, Iwo Jima. Oh, that's a good looking stamp there. 1945. Coast Guard, Texas statehood, Iowa statehood, Smithsonian, Thomas Edison there, Pulitzer. This is a pretty complete set once you start getting into the mid-1900s here. 100th anniversary, the Everglades. Yeah, I didn't realize my father had so many complete sets here from all of these. Oregon Territory, Salute to Youth. The poultry issue, of course, you need one for on the Rough Riders. Probably also not the rap group. Will Rogers. Gettysburg Address. Yeah, we're still in the 1940s. I mean, to think this is, what, 80 years ago? Some of these are just, they're in really good shape. Oh, I like that with the, look at that. Perforated. All right, we're entering the 50s. Oh, he's got a bunch of the Boy Scouts. Indiana Territory. Oh, it looks like they started doing all the different territories over the years. Veterans, Nevada Centennial, American Chemical Society. Wonder if that's still a thing. NATO. Oh, yeah. You know, I wonder, NATO had just been formed after World War II, so that's probably commemorates the treaty. I mean, that's a piece of American history right there, as I'm sure many of these are, and I'm sure I overlooked the Red Cross, Mount Rushmore. I mean, some of these things we think of as historical, but I think a lot of these stamps commemorated these things happening real time. Opening of Japan, New York 300th anniversary, General Patton, 1950s. I remember these. Look at that, all the different Statue of Liberty ones. Some more named people here. Rotary Press and the coils. There's lots of stamps of Abe Lincoln. More of the Statue of Liberty here. 1962, the flag. Some more 62. Let's see. So 54. Oh, I said 62. It was probably 52. My eyesight isn't so great as it used to be here. Atoms for Peace, Pennsylvania Academy, New Hampshire. That one's kind of neat. Wild Turkey, Booker T. Washington. Isn't he a wrestler? Nassau. Look at that. I like the colors of that. The orange. Devil's Tower. I've been there. That's a great place to hike up in Wyoming. Some flags. Coast. Champions of Liberty. Another NATO one. World Peace. So now we're in 59. Rotary, Boy Scouts, Jubilee, Winter Games, 1960 Winter Games. That's kind of neat. I don't remember where they played in 1960. I wonder if it was in the US. That's why they made the stamp. The Pony Express. So at this point, my father probably would have been close to a teenager, so I'm guessing this gets into his collection, which is why there's so many during this time. I mean, it's a pretty complete collection, to be honest, given the number of pages he's got completely filled up here. Freedom of the Press, Boys Club of America, Mahatma Gandhi, 1961, Kansas statehood, U.S. postage nursing, New Mexico statehood, Seattle's World Fair, higher education, Christmas, 1963, Eleanor Roosevelt, Emancipation Proclamation. This is kind of a fascinating, Civil War, 64, 65. That actually does look like my father's handwriting. So he probably filled that one out. Keep going here. Kennedy Memorial. Wonder if I don't have my American history, but I guess he would have been shot by then. Salvation Army, Herbert Hoover, Churchill Memorial. So it's not just American history in these stamps, it's worldwide history. Traffic safety issues. The American Circus, 65. That one's kind of neat. 6th International Exhibit in DC, 66. Filling out National Park Services. Keep plugging along here. Mississippi statehood, the Erie Canal. Space accomplishments, right? So we're starting to get into the space race here. Wonder if they'll have, I'm sure there'll be a man on the moon stamp eventually. 65, there's Albert Einstein. Another Lincoln. Huh, there's Kennedy. All right, we're starting to get into the 1970s. Ooh. Some of these are 60s and some of these are 70s. Looks like a little bit of a break here. 68, Hemisphere, registers and voting, support our youth. Now this one's kind of neat. Some different historic flags. Bunker Hill, Rhode Island. Walt Disney. More conservation, John Trumbull. I like the neon colors there. The beautification of America. Oh, I missed a page. Oh, so you can see they're starting to get into the sets with the different wildflowers and botanicals. Here's natural history. That one's neat. I like that. The bison. Save Our Water. There's a lot of stamps in this album. 1970s. Wildlife conservation. Looking at prevent drug abuse. 1971. We're getting close to when I was born, but not quite yet. Yellowstone. Another Olympic Games. 72. The Love Stamp. Boston Tea Party. That one's neat. 4 different sections. Oh, look at that. Different sort of post office things, huh? It's like a whole scene going on there. And then the individual ones, the Postal Service employees. Angus cattle, rural America. It's fantastic. The Expo 74 World's Fair. Legend of Sleepy Hollow, Skylab. Mineral Heritage, look at that. See, I remember collecting some of these, even though they were earlier. So maybe I'm just remembering seeing them from my father's collection, because I would not have collected them at this time. 1975. Let's see. Some of these. Oh, here we go. American Revolution, Declaration of Independence. Oh yeah, 76. Right, was the 200-year anniversary of the Declaration. Look at this. Bicentennial souvenir sheet. Oh, I think it's these, but you know, let's take a quick look. Look at that. It's kind of neat. It's got the scenes, and then you cut out the individual stamps. It's kind of a neat collection there. Glad they're in that envelope and not pasted on the page. Probably saved them a little better. 77. Energy conservation. That's kind of neat there. Oh, I like that. The Pueblo art, some butterflies. Canadian International Exhibition. Oh, so they must have had a lot of different stamp shows and different exhibitions, it looks like, over the years, and they made commemorative sets to memorialize them. American Dance, the Viking Mission to Mars, 78. I didn't realize we were at Mars so early. MLK, Albert Einstein, Robert Kennedy. Some more folk arts and architecture. Some more Olympics there, 79 and 80, the 80 Summer Olympics. Don't recall where those were held. Will Rogers. American, look at that. Apologize, this is a really big album, but I think for those of you who are really into stamps, you have no problems looking at this. Coral reefs, I like that. The different colors and Christmas. We're in the 80s, Indian art. Of course, now it's Native American art, but back in the day, there you go. I think this is when we started collecting. Yeah, I do remember this set. The space achievements, wildlife habitats, more American architecture. 20 cents. Remember when stamps were 20 cents? Now they're like 80 cents each or something like that. Pretty close to it. Cactus. Now I just buy those forever ones so that regardless of the price, you don't have to pay more when you get them. Load them up. Coil stamps. All right, I think we're getting kind of close. 82. World's Fair in Knoxville, Tennessee. I went to the World Expo in '96 when it was in Lisbon. I think they stopped doing World's Fairs a while ago. My father was from Queens and he went to the World's Fair in Flushing. I want to say it was the 60s maybe. In Flushing, it still has some of the items up. There's ballooning in '83. Some more named, some streetcars and American inventors. There you go, Winter Summer Olympics, '84. Some of the different events. Some dogs, Alaska. This is when, some coil stamps of different vehicles, it looks like, transportation. And then a whole bunch of stuff in the back here. I don't even know if I want to go through all these. This just looks like a bunch of random, probably tobacco cards. He's got different stamps on postcards from back in the day. Look at that one. I don't even know where these came from because none of these names look familiar. So, although that was S. Wills was my father's name. Yeah, on Bleecker Street when they lived in New York City. Samuel Bornkind was my grandfather. Some of these first day of issues, kind of neat. Benjamin Franklin. Oh, I remember. Yeah, on first day of issues, right? They'd have these like little envelopes and things like that, and you'd get them out. So, some interesting things here, and then I don't know, some other just random pages in the back. But that's it. Definitely, please comment. Let me know what you think. First time I've posted stamps before, and interested. Thanks for watching. I know it was a lot to go through, but hopefully you enjoyed it.